sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Hello ukulele enthusiasts, welcome to another very video edition of My First Ukulele. I am John Allnut. Today, if you can't tell, I'm wearing a Beatles outfit, Sgt. Pepper's, but today's song is going to be Here Comes the Sun. Firstly, if you'd like to be able to play with the original song, you should tune your ukulele up each string one half step or one semitone. And so instead of G, C, E, A, you're going to have G sharp, C sharp, E sharp, or F if it comes up on your tuner, and A sharp. For the strumming pattern of this song, I would try to emulate what they do in the original. You have two options though. You can just do down strums as you go. I am using a pick right now just so that I can get in there and get specific parts a little bit easier. It sounds a little bit more like the original song as well. But you could do down strums, simple 4 per measure. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. Or you can do eighth notes, and that's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's about twice as fast as what I just showed you. So, here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say. So that's probably what I'll do in this song because there's some syncopation, and I find it's a little bit easier for myself to play it with eighth note down ups as we go through. Beginning of the song, you have two options. You can either play the chords that they have listed, and the first chord that you have in the song is G. And your second option is to play the solo that's at the very beginning. So if you don't fancy yourself as a solo player or you're a little intimidated by that, you can do either one. Now the solo section will sound a little bit like this. And I am simplifying this from the original. In the original, you would strum and you would be picking that part. So this is a lot more simple to do. Feel free to use a ukulele pick when you play this one if you feel like you need to be a little bit more precise without using your finger. So let's go over the solo part as we go here. You're going to set up on a G chord, and you're going to start on the 2nd fret, and then you go to the 3rd fret. So 2, 3, 0, 2 is the first part you'll see here on the tab. And then let's add to that. So you have, those are the first 5 notes that you'll have. The next part will be 2, 0, 3, 0 on those strings that you see there. And then you'll have 3, 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 0. So let's do that whole section one more time. 2, 3, 0, 2, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 0. And then you'll do that twice when you go through this. All right, so I'm going to be showing you the chords we're going to play. We start with a G chord. I'm playing this 0, 2, 3, 2, and today I'm going to be using 3 fingers to play this. Sometimes I'll cheat and I'll do a bar chord version of this, but I feel like I can get a little bit more accurate with 3 different fingers here on this part. All right, so we start with a G. Here, you're going to take off your middle finger if that's where you are at on your A string. Comes, it's in the melody. The sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. So that's the first part of it. Then we have a C chord. Here comes the A7, 0100, and I say. Then we were back to G and G sus2. It's alright. Alright, and that takes us up to this next fun part. Let's review that just because it's a little bit involved. So we're going to start at the beginning, of course. 1, 2, here we go. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. Alright, so we put that all together. And then now we are on the E minor add 4 chord. So I'm set up at O, 4, 3, O. This would be, I'm not going to do the melody on the ukulele, but I'm just going to strum the chords. Da, 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 da. That's the first chord you have. And then I slide that down here. I leave my middle finger on, and I go to fret 2. I go 2, 2, 3, O. And this is going to a D sus4. Da, da, da. Leave that pinky on. Da, da, da. And then go back to that D sus4 shape. And then we let go of the middle finger. That's the D7 sus4. And then we're left with D7. Okay, I'm going to play it again a few times, but without talking about it, just so you can take a look at it. So we're setting up first. O, 4, 3, O. Thankfully, the verse one is a lot like the chorus one that we have, but I do need to tell you how to play the ending part, which is kind of like a minor shape. And then we're going to go to a D7, 2, O, 2, O, and then I'm going to add a pinky on fret 3, and then thankfully somewhere in the chord, we have that note on the A string, so you just want to try to catch that at the end. So we have da, 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 as we go through that next part. Thankfully, verse 2 is a lot like verse 1 that we have. I think they're pretty much identical. All right, the bridge. Here we are at the bridge. Our first chord is B for bridge, B flat. And I don't know if I've ever gone over this chord before with you, but this can take a little while to get if you haven't done this before. But this is a B flat chord. You're going to do a half bar, which means that you're going to take a pointer finger and you're going to flatten it down on the first 2 strings here. So it's not going to be arched, it's going to be flattened. Then you take a middle finger and you arch it on fret 2 of the string 3, and then you're going to take your ring finger on string 4 at fret 3. Now, if you need a shortcut on that, you can actually remove your ring finger. It will work. It sounds a little bit jazzier than a normal boring B flat, but if you feel like you need to do that, or you physically can't make it to fret 3 there, that is okay. So I usually teach that as a shortcut. All right, so we have B flat chord. That's the first one. Next measure, F. Then we have C, another C quickly, and then we go to G. Ba da 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 da. 2 G, 2 3 4 1 2 triple it boom. And then we come out of this thing after playing it 5 times. We have the D7. We have da, 2 D7 sus4, 2 D7, and then we have a D7 sus4 again. And then I'm adding a pinky finger here on the fret 3. So it's D7, but I'm adding a 7th on top where my C is. And then you can end it with just a normal D, D, ba. So we have, let me do that section again. 1, 2, here, D7, D7, D7 sus4, D7, D7 sus4, D, D, G. So that's coming out of the bridge, right? And we are back to verse 3, which we kind of have had before. We have another chorus, which is going to be a lot like chorus 1 that we have. Then chorus 5. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a playthrough of the song. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Do do do, sun, 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 here it comes. Do do do, sun, 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 here it comes. Do do do, sun, 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 here it comes. Do do do, sun, 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 here it comes. Do do do, sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, dee-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, dee-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. All right, well, I hope you had fun with this one today. This is a challenging song, but if you like this content, hit like and hit the subscribe button below. I am John, and until next time, happy strumming. Bye-bye.